Hello, how are you? Well, today we have the topics of our third week. So we're going to start with the session for today. We are in the session three. This is the third week, and we're gonna work with the topic for today. Can you read it? I don't know. Do you hear a noise or something like that?
Yes, it's really noisy.
Can you hear me? Is it okay now, or it is still noisy?
Yes, se escucha, teacher.
It is better. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's start with the class. Okay, as I was told you before, we're gonna see the topics for the third week. So let's start. Just presentation. Okay. Okay, today's program. It's the program is gonna be almost the same for every week. So I don't think it's gonna be very practical to repeat it, but we have to do it because of the university rules. So we're gonna what we're going to do today is again to see the goal for today's class. We also we're gonna also discuss some of the last week topics. We're gonna be very careful with this because, as I was told you last class, units on Cambridge platform are kind of long, so we have to be practical with that. I'm gonna try to do it practical and dynamic, but let's see what happened in that section. Then we're gonna have a practical activity. What I was thinking about is that probably it would be better for us to do the both things at the same time, to review the topic and also to have the practical activity. And in this case, we're gonna again we're gonna use the presentation that we worked on last class. So I'm gonna ask you to open again that file. Then we're gonna have a section for doubts. We're gonna discuss in the next section the next week activities. We're gonna do again a summing up, and then we're gonna have a space for doubts. Okay, so let's start with the goal. Today's goal is that we will make a summary about all the topics students worked on in Unit 1, 2, and 3 on the Cambridge platform. We're gonna do a summary because, as I was telling you last class, units are longer than I thought. So I really believe that the only thing that we can do with the content of all the units is to make a brief summary, or to try to recover the most yes, to try to recover most of the information we can remember for those units. But I can also tell you that, as I seen in the answers and in the texts that I reviewed, that you really have a good level of English. So I don't think you had, or you are going to have, any problems with the content of the units. But still, we have to recover and to review the contents of all of them. So let's start with. So last week we have, first of all, the unit one. Sorry, I wrote that in Spanish. It was unit one, and we had in this unit 3 lessons. The first one, which is I'm Brazilian and you. The second one, which is what's your last name, and the fourth one, which is my profile. I was kind of surprised because of the organization of the lessons, because I saw, or at least I couldn't find the lesson 3. It was like lesson 2 it was like a mix between lesson 2 and lesson 3, but I couldn't find a specific place in which Cambridge said that you were working with lesson 3. So we have 3 lessons, but the last one was the lesson 4, which is my profile. In the first lesson, I'm Brazilian and you, we saw 3 specific points. You worked almost all the time with countries and nationalities, and you also saw a very basic structure for the verb to be, which is I am and you are. Then we work in the lesson 2 with the question, what's your last name? And in this case, you work with personal information. I I don't remember at this moment exactly what were the main grammar and vocabulary you were using, but we're gonna try to recover that in the activity we're gonna do in a moment. Then you saw the alphabet. You saw also all the, or you review all the pronunciation for all the letters of the alphabet. Also, I remember that you did some exercises for spelling, or some spelling exercises, and then you saw 2 basic structures to ask for something and to answer those questions. The first one, which was with the word what, and then the answer was with its. Mhm. Again, we have the verb to be in its basic forms. I believe that we can set that all the units in this case, unit 1, unit 2, and unit 3, worked mainly or principally with a verb to be, because you have to conjugate the verb to be in all the persons. I remember that in unit 2 and unit 3 you have to work with the other persons, he, she, it, the personal pronouns, he, she, it, I don't remember, yes, we and they and you, in plural. So I really believe that the main point of the 3 units, besides all the vocabulary you reviewed and besides all the structures you reviewed in the units, I think the main point of the 3 units was to work with verb to be. Then in lesson 4, my profile, you saw some vocabulary for jobs, and you review some writing skills. Okay, so you had all these topics in just one unit. That's why I told you before that you have to be very careful with your schedule and with your time, because we have so many topics for only one lesson, or for only one unit, and it's kind of complicated. Okay, so we're gonna do the first exercise, which is for unit 1. I'm going to share with you again the Google presentation. Just let me go for the link. Mhm. And I'm going to share with you the link through the chat. So please enter to the document. Remember that you have to go with a Gmail account so you can edit. And you have there the first slide, which said Unidad 1. Again, Unit 1. And I want you to try to write all the things you remember you saw in Unit 1. Questions, grammar, vocabulary. Try to focus on the vocabulary, on the grammar topics, and on the points that you review in that unit. I don't want you to add any more vocabulary. I know that you know more vocabulary and probably you know more grammatical structures. I don't want that. I want you to focus only in the words, the vocabulary, the things that you saw in that unit. So please share with me all the information you can. Unit 1. Vocabulary. You have there in the presentation the topics: countries, nationalities, I am, you are, personal information. What kind of questions do you remember you saw in this unit? In the alphabet, probably you don't have to say anything because it's the alphabet. But and then the structures for what's its jobs. What kind of jobs did you remember in the presentation? Try to organize all the information you said. Nationality, countries. Also, I remember that you saw some kind of or some cities too. Chinese, Brazilian, excellent. Very good. Nationality, presentation, affirmative, and negative. In this case, I really want you to put some examples, okay? Because topics we already know the topics because we review in the presentation and we can go to the units. But I want you to use vocabulary, examples, what kind of things do you remember you see? I also remember some writing skills for emails. Do you remember how do we say it, or what is the name of the main symbols that we use for to write an email, to write a website, something like that? Brazilian, South Korea, very good. I recovered all the vocabulary, so we're going to review that, okay? I write that in a Word document. Country, capital city, nationality. You saw some structures with I am, you are. What kind of structures? You can say your name with I am. You can also say what other things, your profession, where are you from. I also remember that but I'm not sure. Maybe it was in lesson 2. Let me just see. Yes, I think it was in lesson 2. In lesson 4, you also saw something about two conjunctions. In reading skills, you remember which conjunctions you worked in that exercise in the reading skills section? Of course, and in reading skills, you also saw when to use capital letters, for example. Excellent. I think we have a really weird mix, but you're covering all the principal information. We should use capital letters with personal names, countries, exactly. When writing an email, we use the information. We can also ask for the phone number and the name, conjunctions. Try to organize the text so they are not seen like a mix of something that we cannot understand. Very good. Nationalities: Ecuadorian, Chilean, Brazilian, countries: Japan, Brazil. And nationalities: Mexican, Brazilian, Chilean, Ecuadorian, South Korean. What's your email address? Very good. Excellent. In vocabulary, we have a lot of things. Brazil, Brazilian; Chile, Chilean; China, Chinese; Ecuador, Ecuadorian; Colombia, Colombian; Honduras, Honduran; Mexico, Mexican; Peru, Peruvian; Russia, Russian; South Korea, South Korean; Spain, Spanish; United States, American. Then we saw a verb to be: I am Jack, I am a teacher, I am from Toronto. So you can say where are you from, your name, and your profession. Then you see some vocabulary. In lesson 2, you learned a new vocabulary: first name, last name, email address, company, college. You also learn how to say dot. For example, I don't know, gmail.com. Then you also learn how to say, for example, I don't know, Juanito Perez at gmail.com, or Juanito Perez underscore 24 at gmail.com. Question: what's and it's. What's your name? It's Maria, for example. And in lesson 4, you reviewed some vocabulary: artist, chef, doctor, hotel clerk, salesperson, server, student, and teacher. Uh, and you didn't put this in the slide, but you have to remember that you also saw or you reviewed the use of the conjunctions but and and. Mhm. How to use both and how to use and, for example. Then for the capital letters, you learn also that you are going to always use a capital letter for I. You are gonna use capital letters for names of people, capital letters at the beginning of the sentences, for names of places, companies, and schools, and also for nationalities and languages. Okay, very good, excellent. You have almost all the information, but of course you have to review the specific things that you learn in the unit. I think that those specific points in the unit probably are the most important things that we need to learn, because the general vocabulary, I know that you already know that vocabulary, and that you already know that the structures. But what about the specificities that you saw in the presentation? For example, the name of the symbols, the use of the capital letters, the specificities to use but and, etc. So in next units, try also to focus on those characteristics. In the characteristics that are not how can I say this, very obvious. Okay, the things that you think that you didn't know before, and that you learn in these units. Overall, because you are in an A1 level, but you in fact are in an upper level. So I really believe the way in which you can take most of the course, most of the course of the English course, is to focus on the parts or on the things that you didn't know before. Okay, excellent. Let's go with the second unit. Let's there, because we have to work with the next. We have only 1 hour. In unit 2, we have 2 lessons. Lesson 1, a family party, and lesson 2, they are really funny. The main points of the lesson 1 was vocabulary for family and vocabulary for numbers from 1 to 100. Then you also saw, sorry, the verb to be, is, and are. And when do we use this conjugation of the verb to be? Then you saw how to create, I remember that, yes, no questions, and also affirmative and negative sentences with is and are. But in this case, if I'm not wrong, I remember that you saw is and are, but with the other pronouns. He is my sister. He is my brother, etc. They are my grandpas, my grandparents, for example. Then in lesson two, they are really funny. You learn how to describe people, and I think this is very important for us. You saw some basic vocabulary for describing people, and then you saw the negative form of is and are. Is not and are not. Okay, so let's return to the presentation, and we're going to go to the second slide. In the second slide, unit 2, you already started exactly the vocabulary and the things that you learned in that unit. I'm a hotel clerk. I work in a hotel. My email address is abc at 123.com. My brother is very tall. This is my parents' room. Very good. But the possessives, I remember that is in. We saw that in unit 3, if I'm not wrong. My email address is, my last name is Cordero, exactly, and you learn how to spell a name or a word or whatever you want to spell. I'm a teacher. I work. Remember, I'm a teacher. In this case, of course, we're working in the presentation. But remember that the things that you learn, you have to apply it. I am a teacher. I work at the Lombardini College. Are you know me? For example, in those cases, where do we need to use an uppercase or a capital letter? For example, I am not. I'm not. Is she your sister? Yes, she is. Family presentation, use positive or negative statements, all the vocabulary or family that I think is very important for us. Not because you don't know that vocabulary, but it's good for us to remember all that vocabulary because we saw a lot of vocabulary. Child, children, daughter, father, dad, mother, mom, son, parent, husband, wife, wives, and some plurals that are important for us. In this case, only wife, but it is important to remember wife, wives, the plural. Grandparent, grandmother, grandma, grandfather, grandpa, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, aunt. Mhm. We also saw some important differences between formal and informal words. Formal words, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, and informal words, dad, mom, grandpa, and grandma. Again, numbers, affirmative, and questions and short answers. I don't know if you are putting that in the slide. I don't see that. Is she your sister? Yes, she is. No, she is not. Are they your parents? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. Excellent. Very good. Contact numbers. Excellent. You also saw some vocabulary. Just let me check this. Some vocabulary for describing people. I don't see in the slide vocabulary for describing people. What is the vocabulary for describing people that you remember? Some very important for us. Probably not the most common, which is old, young, something like that, but the others. Also, nobody's writing that. That's why I'm doing this exercise because nobody's writing. For example, they use for really and very because just you saw those words in the units. She's tall, but he's really tall. To exaggerate a quality or expression. She's tall, but he's very tall. We use those adverbs because they are adverbs to emphasize or to exaggerate a quality or a word. Really tall means that he's more tall or taller than she. He's not. Okay, very good. And then you learn some useful questions. For example, how do you know the person? What's his or her name? Where is she or he from? What is his or her job? How old is he or she? Is he or she old or young? Is he, she short or tall? Is he or she funny, shy, friendly, interesting, or smart? In a moment, I'm going to share with you the document that I create. It's not a very good document because I didn't uh, use a very great format, but I really think that you need to try to do this exercise to recover or to remember all the information that you worked on in the units. Let's go with unit 3. In unit 3, you have 3 lessons again. The first one was welcome to my home. The second one was is it really a chair? And in lesson 4, you have a home chair, something like that. The main points. In lesson 1, you learned rooms in a home. You learned vocabulary for rooms in a home, for things in a home. And you learn how to talk about your home, the things and the rooms that you have in your homes. Or a very important feature in this lesson was the possessives. I think mainly or principally the possessive s. When do you use the apostrophe before an S, and when you use the apostrophe after an S? When we are talking about possessive structures. Then you saw possessive adjectives in lesson 1. In lesson 2, you learned some vocabulary for furniture, and you also learned something that is very basic, but it is for an A1 level. How do we use it? It is to talk about things or to talk about something that is not alive. And at last but not least, and I think this was a very important point in the lesson 4, WH questions with B. I posted in Blackboard some I think useful material for you to work on it. In the first unit, I remember that I shared with you a video about verb to be. For the second unit, I shared with you an exercise in on British Council page to work with a vocabulary and structures for describing people. And for the third lesson, for the third unit, I share with you a video in which they talked about WH questions with B. And I think it's important for us that, to refresh that knowledge, because we have to understand that we have two different structures. WH questions that we work with auxiliaries for present, past, future, etc. And then WH questions that we work with or that we create with the verb be, which were the main point of this unit. So let's go with the first slide. I think you already start, but I don't know exactly with the third slide. What topics do you remember of the unit 3? Wall, pictures, living room, dining area, dining room, bedroom. Bedroom is with a T and H. Bedroom. Bathroom is okay, but bedroom, be careful there. Learn to describe a house question with exactly correct answer. I like to play video games, but yeah, but I only play it on once a week. I don't drive because I broke my ankle. My uncle, this is my parents' room. Okay, do you work? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Well, in this case, we didn't see the present tense, so I don't think that these structures are in this unit. Do you work? Yes, I do. No, I don't. We didn't see these grammar topics in the unit. Does he work? Again, in this case, where you are writing the present tense, and we don't. Well, of course, we saw the present tense, but not for regular or irregular verbs. We work with a verb to be. What is this? This is a chair. Very good. My home has 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a bathroom, a living room. In my bedroom, I have a bed, a lamp, and some pictures in the walls. My mother is short, talkative. She's really funny and intelligent, but she's very grumpy. Okay. You used some or a complex vocabulary. Excellent. Okay, let me share with you the document that I create with the information of the units, because I think it's important for us to try to do this kind of exercises. Compartir, yes. If not, I'm gonna stop the recording, and I don't want that. Is this one, and I'm gonna read the things that I recover, or that I recovered for unit 3. For example, in Unit 3, you work with this vocabulary: bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, dining area, dining room, living room, door, floor, wall, picture, window. You worked also with possessive adjectives: my, you, his, her, its, our, their. Possessive s and possessive s: my brother's room, my parents' room. And you learned, I hope, that you use s, the apostrophe before s, when the singular, when you have a singular noun, or a noun that doesn't end with an s. When the noun ends in an s, or you are working with a plural noun, you use the apostrophe after the s. Mhm. You also, I think this is very important. Not we don't know how to use it, but this is a very important grammar point. We use the possessive adjective for the person who has something or someone, not the possessive for the thing or person he or she has. In Spanish, it's something like, lo usamos para la persona que posee, no para lo que se posee. And I think that's very important for us. Then for the next unit, or for the second lesson, we learn this vocabulary: chair, furniture, bed, couch, a different word for sofa, desk, bookcase. In my case, I didn't have this word in my mind in this moment. Bookcase, rug, table, refrigerator, sink, shower, lamp, television, etc. Um, then you work with this. It is, of course, to talk about the furniture in our house. I also remember that you, in the unit, they tell you that furniture is a singular noun, and even if you are talking about a lot of things, the noun should be used in singular. The furniture of my house. What furniture do you have? And you have to understand that that's a plural question. They are asking you to tell all the things that you have in your house, not only one, but all the things. Furniture, a singular noun, and you have to use all the time in a singular form, even when you are talking about a lot of things. Okay. In lesson 4, as I told you before, I think the most important part was this one. Use question words with be to ask different kinds of questions. Use who to ask questions about people. Use what to ask questions about things. Use where to ask questions about places. Use how old to ask questions about ages. Use when to ask questions about time, and use how many to ask questions about quantity. Okay, and I think this is very important for us, because these are the main WH questions. Of course, we have other a little bit complex, yes, more complex than those ones. For example, which, why, whose. In the video that I shared with you, they explained these other words: which, why, and whose. That's why I really recommend you that go to the video. Okay, let's stop there. Let's go back to the presentation. Excellent. Okay, I want you to use I want you to do this activity. Go to the link and answer this Cambridge online activity, describing people, British Council, from British Council, and you have here the link for the activity. Let me share with you in the chat. You have also this link in Blackboard platform, so I don't think you have a problem with. This was actually the section into the section blocks. We are not going to have time for that. So I'll share with you the link, and if we have time, we do the activity at the end of the class. Okay. Any questions about the topics that you worked on in the first 3 units of the Cambridge platform? Questions? Or any doubt that you have about the exercises, the things that you work on? No? Okay, very good. Let's go with the next week activities. Again, we have 2 units in this case. So for next Monday, you have to deliver 2 units, the unit 4 and the unit 5. Unit 4, I love it, and unit 5, Mondays and fun days. Remember that for both units, you have to deliver 2 exercises. In the unit 4, I love it, you have to deliver a student's course, unit 4, I love it, and unit 4 progress test. Then for unit 5, you have to deliver a student's course, unit 5 Mondays and fun days, and unit 5 progress test. You must be very careful with this because in this case we have only 4 activities, and that's why the weighting is changing for the 4 activities. In the first 2 activities, you are going to have the weighting of the first and the second activity is 0.25. And for the second, the activities for Unit 5, each of the activities equals 0.50, okay? And we have at the end a total of 1 point, 1 point and a half, un punto y medio, ¿vale? Entonces en español, para que esto también quede claro, las primeras dos actividades valen 0.25 o 0.25 décimas, y las segundas 2 actividades, la actividad de las actividades de la unidad 5 valen 50 décimas cada una, ¿vale? Y en este caso vamos a tener otra vez 1.50. Entonces, a pesar de que yo les recomiendo que se enfoquen en todas las actividades, tengan cuidado con estas 2 últimas, porque son las que valen más. Entonces traten de ponerle un poco más de atención a estas 2 últimas unidades para que no vaya a haber problemas después, ¿sí? Okay, let me remember again these important things. Units are larger than they seem to be, so don't waste time. Please try to schedule your week, because I really had problems with this, because I did all the exercises in the first 3 units, and they were kind of long. So it took me a lot of time to finish the activities. I don't have access to all your answers, only to the final tasks, writing tasks and speaking tasks. So I have access only to those answers. Scores are generated automatically. You must have activated Cambridge platform from Blackboard, and having done the activities doesn't guarantee a total score. Como les había explicado la semana pasada, ¿no? Recuerden que para cada una de estas actividades van a obtener un determinado puntaje del puntaje que tienen asignado en este punto, ¿sí? Y vamos a hacer un summing up. Vanessa.
Sí.
Could you do a summary about the activities you must do for the next week?
No.
¿No? ¿Qué tenemos que hacer para la siguiente semana?
Las próximas 2 actividades, las 5 y las 6.
¿Pero tenemos que hacer las actividades o qué tenemos que hacer ahí?
Tenemos que hacer las 2 actividades. tanto como la
de
unidad,
cada...
ajá, tanto como la unidad y
Ujú.
el test.
Y el test, muy bien. Ujú. Tanto la unidad como el test. ¿Y cuánto equivale cada una de esas actividades?
La unidad 4.25 y la 5.50.
Ok, cada actividad vale .25 y de la unidad 5, cada unidad equivale a .50, ¿vale?
Ajá, sí.
Para que no vayan a tener problemas con este punto. Excelente, vale, gracias. Muy bien, si nos va a dar tiempo. Vamos a hacer entonces la actividad del British Council. I'm gonna ask you to open the link, so please go to the page. I share with you the link in the chat.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, go to the page, please. And we're going to start with the preparation part, okay? In this case, you have to go to the labels, and you have to pull them to the correct space you have here. For example, in the first case, she's got curly and black hair. Where do we need to put this label? In the first picture, second picture, third picture, or the fourth picture?
Third picture.
In the fourth picture, excellent. So we're gonna go to there. The second one, he's got short and brown hair. The first, the second, or the third picture. He's got short brown hair.
The third picture.
He's got short and brown hair.
Third picture.
Which one?
The number 3.
The third, exactly. He's got short and brown hair. Remember, he, él, she, ella. Now, she's got straight and ginger hair.
First.
The first one, excellent. She's got straight and ginger hair. Could you please tell me what is straight hair in Spanish?
Straight
Lacio.
hair is
Lacio. And ginger hair?
pelirrojo.
Pelirrojo. What is curly hair? In the first one we have,
Cabello
she's
chino.
got curly cabello chino, excellent. He's older
Pesado.
and he's wearing glasses. Which one?
Second.
The second one. We finish and we review. Exactly. Let's hear the conversation. Just tell me if you can hear the conversation or you can hear the audio.
Who's that boy over there, Hannah?
Sí se escucha.
That?
You also have. You have there the transcript of the conversation, so I don't think you would have any problem with the audio. Let me play the audio.
That's my Gem. Who's that boy over there, Hannah? That? That's my brother, Gem. Your brother? Yes. And that's his girlfriend, Lucy. The pretty girl with the long brown hair. Oh, right. So, you've got a brother? No, I've got 2 brothers, Jem and Alex. Really? And how old is Alex? Alex and Jem are twins. They're both 15. 15? And does Alex look like Jem? They're exactly the same. They're both tall and thin. They've both got short brown hair, green eyes, and big ears. Oh, they're not big. I think they're cute. And Has Alex got a girlfriend?
Okay, just let me answer the question of
This
Manuel.
recording was
I'm
brought to
gonna
you
I'm
by
gonna
the British
answer this in
Council.
Spanish, so it is again clear. A lo que me refiero es que recuerden que haber hecho toda la actividad no les garantiza obtener el punto 25, porque a veces se puede tener esta confusión. Ah, como ya realicé la actividad, voy a tener el punto 25, no. De acuerdo a la calificación que obtengas en la actividad, ya el propio sistema te asignará un puntaje. A lo mejor del punto 25 solo obtienes punto 22 y del punto 50 solo obtienes punto 45, ¿vale? Para que eso para que no les vaya a quedar duda con eso. La calificación que aparece en Blackboard es lo que obtienen en Cambridge, pero eso luego el sistema lo transforma. Y entonces no obtienen, si no sacan el 10, no van a obtener el 1.5, ¿vale? A eso es a lo que se refiere. Excellent. So we have here some new vocabulary. But first of all, I would like to talk about the pronunciation. You have to notice that in this case, in this Cambridge, British Council exam, you have here the British accent, and it's kind of difficult to understand for someone, but I really think that you have to to you have to confront yourselves with this kind of audios in order to get more confidence and to get and to get used to your ears to listen other kind of accents besides the American accent. So in this case, we have a new vocabulary, as I told you before. For example, girlfriend. En qué categoría caería girlfriend? De acuerdo a las categorías que vieron en las lecciones. Primero, ¿cómo la traducimos? ¿Y en qué categoría caería? Family, what kind of things? ¿Cómo traducimos girlfriend?
Como novia, ¿no?
Exactly.
Pareja.
Then we have twins. What is twins in Spanish?
Gemelos.
Gemelos. And in which category of the ones that you saw in the units do we put twins?
Family.
Family. Exactly. Very good.
Familia.
Then you have a thin. What is thin? They are both tall and thin. Delgado. And in which category?
Delgado.
Es adjectives.
Adjectives. To talk about a person or to talk about about the physique of the person. Appearance, exactly. Then we have another cute. What is cute?
Como muy lindos, muy así.
Ellos son muy lindos. Muy así, exactamente. Muy así, exactly, very good. So we have here some new vocabulary to talk about persons or people, in this case family. And also we have both new adjectives to talk about the appearance of a person, okay? Check your understanding, multiple choice. Let's go with the first question. Aurelia is asking about Hannah's
Brother.
brother.
The brother.
Let's see. Brother. Sorry. Brother. Let's go with the next one. Hannah's brother, Jem, has long brown hair, a girlfriend, or a twin sister. Hannah's brother.
A girlfriend.
A girlfriend?
No. Is a twin sister?
A twin sister?
A girlfriend.
No.
A girlfriend.
A girlfriend.
No,
okay,
he has a
let's
twin
go with
brother.
a girlfriend. A twin brother? Okay, let's go to the conversation. Aurelia, your brother, Hannah, yes, and that's his girlfriend, Lucy. The pretty girl with the long brown hair. All right, so you've got a brother. No, I got two brothers, Jem and Alex. Really? And how old is Alex? Alex and Jem are twins. They are both 15. Okay, that's my brother, Jem. Hannah's brother, Jem, has long brown hair, a girlfriend, or a twin sister. Because you have to think, Jem, Alex is a boy or a girl?
Boy.
A boy. So he is not a twin sister. So he has a girlfriend. Okay, let's go with the next question. Hannah has one brother, two brothers, or a brother and a sister?
Two brothers.
Two brothers.
Two brothers, exactly. Two brothers. Go with the next one. Alex and Jem look different, look the same, or have the same hair but different eyes?
Look the same.
Look the same.
Look exactly the same.
Yes, they
Very
look
good.
the same.
Let's check. Exactly. 4 out of 4. Excellent. Go with the next one. Check your understanding. Gap fill typing. That's my. What is the missing
Brother.
word in this case? That's my brother. And that's his girlfriend, Lucy. The
Pretty.
pretty girl with the
Long
brown.
and brown.
Hair.
Long brown hair.
long brown hair. The third one, I want you to write the answers in your computer. So you just tell me. I'm not gonna push the finish button. You are gonna push the finish button in your computer. So the third one, Alex and Jem are
Twins.
twins, and they are both
15.
15 exactly. 4, they are exactly the same. They are both
Thin and tall.
thin and tall. Excellent. You just have to see that you have the answers here. Okay, they are both tall and thin. Number 5, they both got
Short brown.
short brown hair, green eyes, and what?
Big ears.
Big ear.
Ears. Big ears. Number 6, they are not big. I think they are
Cute.
cute. And the last one, Anne has Alex got
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
girlfriend? Exactly, and that's the last question. So you have to push the finish button, and then you got your score. As you can see, they are very simple exercises. I think this is good for us to remember vocabulary and to mainly for that, to remember vocabulary and to practice with the basic things about English. But as I told you before, I really think that you don't have any problem with this because you have a really good level of English. So I don't, well, most of you. So I don't think you are going to have any problems with the units. Doubts until this point?
No.
Okay. Let me go again to English.
No, teacher.
Let me go back. So, can you see the presentation? Can you see the presentation? Yes. Okay, any questions? No, you don't have any questions. Again, remember la integridad académica. Esto nos lo piden que lo veamos, por eso es que lo tengo que repetir. Yo sé que en este caso no es una cosa tan que realmente nos afecte tanto, porque no estamos trabajando con textos académicos escritos, pero por estar utilizando la plataforma de Blackboard, sí es importante tener en cuenta eso. Recuerden, ustedes pueden generar su documento, como un poco como el que yo hice, pero recuerden que la mayoría de la información es confidencial. Digo, la plataforma no deja de descargar los videos, igual siempre hay estrategias para obtenerlos, pero obviamente lo que aquí implica la integridad académica es respetar los materiales, ustedes tienen acceso a ellos para aprender y eso, y no copiarlos, no plagiarlos, entonces mucho cuidado con esto. Habíamos visto esto de los 5 valores: justicia, respeto, responsabilidad, confianza y honestidad. Y les había platicado que estos valores se relacionan con estos puntos. Sobre todo para otras clases en donde trabajan con textos académicos escritos, es donde debemos tener más cuidado, ¿vale? And at the end, I want you to think. I want to thank you again. And we have here the phrase of today's class. The more that you read, the more things you will know, and the more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Okay. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have any questions about the topics of this week, about the activities that you must deliver for next Monday, or something that you want to share about. I want you or I really want you to, I want to tell you that I'm kind of stuck with the scores, but I'm getting to them this week, so don't worry with that. Questions? Comments or something?
No, teacher, it is fine.
I don't know if here is Miriam Yvette Thomas Garcia. Miriam Yvette Thomas Garcia. No, she's not here. Okay, I'm gonna send her a message. Okay, if you don't have any question or anything to say, then see you on next Tuesday. Okay. See you guys.
Bye.
See you
Bye bye.
later, teacher.
See you. See you.